Teeth extractions are a common procedure in most oral surgery offices. Oral surgeons are trained to extract teeth efficiently and safely, eliminating any threat that may compromise your oral health. Dr. Wilkinson from AOMS is here today to talk about the technology that they use to extract a tooth. So it's pretty easy, I guess, for you, right?
After a few million, it becomes a little easier, yes.
So tell us about the technology that y'all use.
Well, for tooth extractions, that technology's just been around for years. We just improve upon the armamentarium, the same drills that you probably saw around 75 years ago. We just have better drills. As far as the restorative end of it, that's where the new technology is kind of coming into play to help us transition from a surgical site into a restored site. And we're moving up the time scale that you have to, or you've been told all along that you have to, well, it's going to be 4 months, it's going to be 6 months until we can load it. Now we have the technology to where we can do a three-dimensional scan with the little scanner head inside the mouth with a post on top of the newly placed implant, construct a tooth in 3 dimensions on a computer, and then have a milling unit, CAD/CAM milling unit, actually mill out a temporary crown that we can set on there. And not only does that help hold open the space from any tooth that may be behind it to the tooth in front of it from collapsing in, but it does provide some aesthetics and some minimal function. The things most people don't understand about temporary teeth or immediate placement crowns are you've just taken a tooth out, and a tooth occupies a certain amount of space in that bone. There's a hole in there, for lack of a better way of putting it. When you stick an implant down into that hole, you're engaging some bone for primary stability, but it's not a block. They're going to be exposed threads, and it's not as stable as it would be if you were putting it into a solid piece of bone. So if we do an immediate crown on there, we typically will not make it tall enough to where it's actually coming into contact with the opposing arch.
Yeah.
That way we don't get as much force transference to the implant that might loosen it up in that initial healing period. But it still gives you aesthetics and some minimal function during the healing period. And a lot of people are wanting, you know, we all want something better, faster.
Right.
And that's kind of where we're getting to.
So why would someone need their tooth extracted?
Oh, allergy to a toothbrush, a Mountain Dew habit. Teeth go bad. I tell people all the time, teeth are like tires. They accumulate wear, and there's very few things that accumulate the kind of wear that a tooth does. And occasionally they're going to need to be fixed. If you get it fixed, you don't need my services. But a lot of people, due to either time constraints or financial constraints, or due to an inability to tolerate going to the dentist's office, that small cavity and that small fracture, that small wear pattern doesn't get fixed early enough, and it gets to be a big enough problem that it actually becomes non-restorable. So at that point, that's where my services come in.
Okay, well, if you have questions, you can give our friends at AOMS a call or go online and visit their website and read more about it. Doctor, thank you so much for coming in and telling us about this.
My pleasure.
Very important. All right, everyone, coming up next, there is more